In the children of Israel, there were righteous people and disbelievers.
The family of Imran is a righteous family. Allah Almighty chose it from among the people.
And He chose it, so they were a righteous people and a righteous lineage. And Imran, this is a righteous man, one of their righteous people and their priest. And his wife was not giving birth. As for Imran, he is in his lineage to Solomon, the son of David, peace be upon them.
So one day she saw on her way a bird feeding its chicks. She does not bear and does not bear. So one day she saw on her way a bird feeding its chicks. So one day she saw on her way a bird feeding its chicks. She does not bear and does not bear. So one day she saw on her way a bird feeding its chicks.
She saw the bird with its chicks, how it feeds it, as if she desired a son. So she called her Lord Almighty to grant her a son like this chick with his mother. She saw the bird with its chicks, how it feeds it, as if she desired a son. So she called her Lord Almighty to grant her a son like this chick with his mother.
So she called her Lord Almighty to grant her a son. And she was old, so she asked her Lord to grant her a son, and she vowed. She vowed that if she had a son, she would make him for Allah Almighty, purely in the service of the house of Allah.
And they were in their custom. Whoever wanted to give birth to a son for Allah, he would make him a servant in the house of Al-Maqdis, a servant for the house of Al-Maqdis. They served the prayers, the worshippers, the prostrate. So she vowed that if she had a son, she would make him for Allah Almighty, purely in the service of the house of Al-Maqdis. When the wife of Imran conceived, she said, "My Lord, indeed I have vowed to you what is in my womb, dedicated entirely to your service. So accept it from me. Indeed, you are the all-hearing, the all-knowing." Then, when she gave birth, she said in surprise, "My Lord, I have delivered a female." And Allah, the Almighty, knew best what she had delivered, for the male is not like the female. In their tradition, it was the sons who were devoted to the service of the sacred house. Yet Allah had chosen this daughter for a purpose greater than what they imagined. So she said, "I have named her Mary, and I seek refuge for her and her offspring in you, from Satan, the accursed." And thus Mary, Maryam, was born, pure, chosen, and blessed, destined to be the mother of one of the greatest signs of Allah. There are qualities that distinguish the male, and qualities that distinguish the female. Each has been created with their own nature and purpose, as Allah the Almighty has decreed. When the wife of Imran gave birth, she said, "My Lord, I have delivered a female, and I have named her Maryam. I seek refuge in you for her and for her offspring from Satan the accursed." Allah the Almighty accepted her prayer and granted Maryam His protection and favor. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Every child is touched by Satan when he is born, so he cries because of that touch, except for Maryam and her son, Jesus." Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. Thus, from the very beginning of her life, Maryam was chosen, purified, and protected, a sign of Allah's mercy and wisdom, and a reminder that His selection is not bound by human custom, for He knows best who is worthy of His favor. Except for Maryam and her son, Isa, peace be upon them, all children are touched by Satan at birth. This protection came because Maryam's mother had sincerely prayed to Allah, "My Lord, I dedicate her and her offspring to your protection from the accursed Satan." Maryam had no offspring except for Isa, the son of Maryam, and Isa did not marry, so the lineage ended there. Thus Allah, the Almighty, accepted her mother's prayer, and He received her dedication with the best acceptance. After Maryam was born, her mother wished to dedicate her fully to the service of the sacred house, Al-Maqdis,
so that she could worship Allah sincerely and serve the people in the holy sanctuary. When the people learned of this, everyone wanted to take care of her. Because she was a girl and the custom favored males for service, she needed a guardian to provide for her food, drink, and every need.
Many came forward, priests, servants, and the righteous, all eager to care for this girl from a devout and worshipful family. Among them was Zachariah, peace be upon him, who was later appointed as her guardian. This was before his own miraculous story and before his martyrdom. Zachariah, peace be upon him, was also the husband of Maryam's relative, and he devoted himself to her upbringing, ensuring she grew up in piety and devotion to Allah.
Maryam, daughter of Imran, was dedicated from birth to Allah and protected from the accursed Satan. Unlike other children, she and her son Isa, peace be upon them both, were untouched by Satan. Her mother's prayer had been accepted, and Allah received her dedication with perfect acceptance. Maryam grew up in the sacred house, Al-Maqdis, serving Allah sincerely and performing acts of worship. Many righteous people, including priests and servants, wished to care for her, but Allah chose Prophet Zechariah, peace be upon him, as her guardian. Zechariah provided for her every need, while she devoted herself to prayer, worship, and service.
As Maryam grew, miracles began to appear around her. Food would appear in her mihrab without anyone bringing it, and she displayed extraordinary purity, chastity, and devotion. Zechariah, amazed by these signs, asked her how this occurred, and she explained that it was from Allah. She continued in worship, remembrance, and supplication, earning Allah's praise and becoming one of the greatest women in history. One day, while she was praying, the angel Gabriel appeared to her in the form of a man. He brought her the glad tidings of a miraculous birth. She would bear a son, Isa, Jesus, by the command of Allah without ever being touched by a man. Maryam, initially astonished, questioned how this could happen. Gabriel reassured her that Allah's command is always fulfilled and that He could create as He wills. This child would be a sign for all people, a mercy from Allah, and a prophet in both this world and the hereafter.
During her pregnancy, Maryam withdrew to a secluded place near the sacred house. In labor, Gabriel guided her to a stream and a palm tree, providing sustenance and comfort. She gave birth, and even in her distress, she followed Allah's guidance, demonstrating her steadfastness and trust in Him. When people questioned her about the child, she pointed to him, and, to their astonishment, the infant spoke from the cradle. "I am a servant of Allah. He has given me the book, made me a prophet, and blessed me wherever I am. I enjoin prayer and charity as long as I live, and I am obedient to Allah, my Lord and your Lord. Worship Him, for this is the straight path." Through Maryam and her miraculous son, Allah demonstrated His power, mercy, and wisdom. Maryam's purity, devotion, and chosen status elevated her above all women of the worlds, making her a model of faith, patience, and obedience to Allah.